Hi everybody, Sanbanani. Welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed and also do like the video. Listen, you guys, we are going to catch up with a few stories on gossip because over the weekend, the few stories that we did was over there by Reality Buzz TV because we were buzzing around trying to find out what's happening with the reality shows. And today we will catching up with the Umgozi, okay? Just a few stories that we'll be able to do. Otherwise, we'll see you later on because we need to get up with work, catch up with work as well. So listen, you guys, we're going to talk about Nkanyiso Mchunu, the actor, because there is an estranged lover. Okay, I'm just trying to think here. Okay, when is a lover estranged? Okay, because usually when they say estranged wife or husband, it means that you are still married. It's just that maybe you are no longer together and working maybe on a divorce or something. You are not officially divorced, but you're no longer together. But like when you are not married and they say estranged, what is that? Like, doesn't that mean that you are already broken up? Okay. If you are no longer together and you were not married, that is an ex. Okay. I'm just wondering ukuthi kanti ngimdala phela kasikade ngagcina mina umjolo wey'ngane ngi-update-ani seniya estrangeana emjolweni. What kind of nonsense is that? Mina ngagcina kuthandwana kuhlukwana. Mina bengingazi ukuthi emjolweni seniba in separation emjolweni bese niya estrangeana emjolweni. What kind of nonsense is that? Anyway, you guys, they are saying here, a strange lover accused my brother's keeper, actor Nkanyiso Mchunu, of domestic violence. Okay, that's why I was feeling like I need to be updated on how Jolo nowadays works out because I can't imagine a situation where, like, I will be touching my ex in any way, or an ex of mine will touch me. Like, yeah, if I'm walking this side of the street, an ex should be walking on the other side of the street or a different street. We should even not even be walking on the same side of the street or the same street. Yeah, so I'm just wondering, updates in the comment section how things of Jolo work during the breakup nowadays. Okay. Big Brother, Big Brother. My brother's keeper's ex Nkanyiso Mchunu has been accused of DV by an estranged lover after they quarreled at the weekend. Mchunu has denied the allegation but admitted to shoving a woman in an attempt to keep her away from his phone during the heated argument over another woman at his Johannesburg home in the early hours of Sunday morning. Okay. So I'm just wondering, okay. Police spokesperson Colonel Demakatso confirmed that there is a case of domestic violence against Mchunu that was opened on Monday at Haniju police station and that the matter was under investigation. Mchunu has acted in other popular shows including Uzalo, Mubango, Hostela, Mkoka, The Kes, and Imbeu. Masichaba Mona claims that Mchunu came home to his place. Okay, it was his place about midnight. This is an estranged lover. He came to his place at midnight on Saturday. Okay. And there was a heated exchange between them. And she said he then hit her, leaving her with bruises on her face. Okay, my body is still in pain and I'm tired of this. I want this to stop, so I am speaking out, she told the Sowetan. This is maybe the 6th time he has laid his hands on me, and usually it is over a small thing. Mchunu denied hitting Mona and he said that he was no longer dating her and he has moved on and she refuses to accept it and showed up uninvited at his home. Listen, you guys, you must never ever let a man be telling people that he has moved on and that you do not want to accept it. Okay, a man must tell you once, okay, that he does not want you anymore. In fact, he must not even complete that sentence. When he's trying to tell you, he must say, I do not want your bags must be at the gate. You must be requesting Bolt or Uber, request both, and whatever shows up first, get in it and go back to your mother's house. Okay. So a man must not tell you more than once that he does not want you, that he wants to move on. Okay. No. Okay. Request all of it. In fact, Bolt, Uber, Lyft. What's the other one? All of them. Okay. And whatever shows up first, get in it. Move back to your mother's house, okay? If your mother's no longer living your grandmother's house, if they're no longer living your friend's house, okay? Or move back to your other ex's house, okay? But whoever is the man that is saying they don't want you anymore, you must no longer be at that house, okay? They must not finish the sentence, I do not want you anymore, while you are still at their house. That is the point, okay? And they must not say that sentence more than once, okay? Don't allow that in your life, okay? She knows that I have moved on. I was surprised to find her at my house. She proceeded to argue with me and took my phone, he said. So I took it back from her because why is she going through my phone as my ex? I can confirm that I didn't touch her, not even once during our relationship. You see, that doesn't even make sense because you can't say that you did not touch somebody, but you shoved somebody. Okay, so how did you shove somebody? You like Indian movies. Have you seen Indian movies? Indian movies, a person would do this, and then another person would be like 100 meters away from the other person, and then Indian movies, a person would do this, and then the person that is 100 meters away from the other person would be, and then they would fall. Okay, so Nkanyiso needs to tell us, how do you shove a person without touching them? Okay, this relationship just doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Like, how do you shove a person without touching them? Okay, you have just admitted, sir, that you shoved her. Like, how did you shove her without touching her? Okay, you said you did not touch her, but you shoved her. How did you do an Indian movie act where you just did this and then she fell? Okay, you need to explain that, sir. As the judge, I want to know so I can make a decision what happened here, okay? Even though it is questionable as an ex, what are you doing at your ex's house at night? Like, listen, when you've broken up with somebody, you have to make them wonder what you're doing with your life. They have to think that you are somewhere with another cute man at night, having a time of your life, while you are under the blanket crying about the relationship that has ended. They can't find you at their house when they are coming back from their nice date, You understand. Just be at your house crying about them, but they must not know that. So they can't be coming back from their date finding you at their house. We know that. But at the same time, he is also not making sense because he said he said he shoved her, but at the same time, he says he didn't touch her. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So I took a break from her because why is she going through my phone as my ex? I can confirm that I didn't touch her, not even once during our relationship. I don't know about the bruises she's speaking about. She's speaking of because when she left my home on Sunday at 9 p.m., she looked fine. So she stayed the whole night and left at 9 p.m. on Sunday. And the whole thing took place on Saturday. They are both misleading each other here, okay? Mona confirmed that she stayed after the heated argument. So they argued, shoved each other, threw phones, all of that, and then they stayed each other. The whole day on Sunday until Sunday, 9 p.m. Don't be confused. It's not 9 a.m. 9 a.m. on Sunday. No. They stayed the whole day on Sunday. Sunday, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. I know, but I'm at 2000 awafundisi wash ekoleni. 9 p.m. is 9 at night. When we are watching Uyajola 99 or we are watching Isencane Lengane, that is when she left. When we are watching something, that's when she left. After the argument. So that means that she did not wake up the following day and went and opened the case. She did not leave in the middle of the night and went and opened the case. No, she spent the whole of Sunday with the bruises, everything at the night. Then Sunday night she left. He says that when she left on Sunday night, when we are watching it on Sunday, she did not have any bruises. After the fight, he did not want me to leave. This is her saying it's late. Even him. Uber, Lyft, Bolt, everything. Friends that could be called, relatives that could be called and say, just come pick her up because I'm concerned about safety, but I don't want her here at my house. Okay. I then decided to stay and hear him out. What did you want to hear him out in? Hear him snore at night. You just wanted to hear that snow. Just one more time. I just want to hear his snow one more time. For just one last time. After the bruises, after everything. One last time. I stayed the whole day and only left on Sunday night. What a long discussion it was. Okay. After realizing that not much will change, I went to the police station to open a case. So if I'm just wondering, you guys, if she realized that he was going to change, would she have opened the case? Because she said, after I realized that nothing was going to change, I opened the case. Okay. Because listen, you guys, I have a right to question these things because I am a taxpayer. Because sometimes, we have to question these things. Where does our money go? Okay. So, because it is my taxpayer that's going to go into this case now, because I have to question. So you open a case because you realize that nothing was going to change in your relationship. Okay, so now we have to fund this case now, where you have opened a case of GBV because you realized that nothing was going to change in your relationship. So if he had decided or he had promised you that something was going to change in the relationship that was already over, you were not going to use our resources to for your relationship. I'm just asking you guys, I'm not being insensitive. I'm just asking a question, because you guys, listen, DV is DV, domestic violence is domestic violence. Whether the relationship is still going to work out or it's not going to work out, DV is DV. You can still open a domestic violence case and work on your relationship. You understand. It's not DV when the relationship is not going to work out. It's not only DV when the relationship is not going to work out. I don't know if Nyangizwa or Angizwa in. Okay, sometimes I struggle to explain. So, yes, you guys. Then I decided, so let me start here. I then decided to stay and hear him out. I stayed the whole day and only left on Sunday night. After realizing not much will change, I went to the police station and opened a case on Monday morning. I went to Deep Sloot police station, and then the case has now been transferred to Honeydew police station. The estranged couple started dating in October 2023. We met at a friend's house party. He told me to text and tell him when I got home, which I did. He later replied to my DM and then exchanged numbers. Later that month, we made things official, he said. Things were fine at the beginning. I'll get flowers every now and then. We'll go on dates. Our thing was spending time together indoors. He and I were inseparable. Okay. The first few months, then I started asking him about the girls I'd found on his phone. That's where the fights began. Okay. So the police have confirmed that the common AS case was opened for further investigations. Okay. So that's what's going on, you guys. That's what's going on. Okay. So many of these things, you guys, sometimes you'd be feeling like people stay too long in relationships. Okay. And I think most of us are guilty at some point of staying too long in relationships. And when you look back, you are like, you know what? I should have left at that point. And, because you just stay and be like, maybe things would change, but things would work out. And then when you look back, you're like, yeah, I should have left at that point. Okay, so just be careful not to stay too long in a relationship. This is for the young people though. Okay. Nina zalwazi salani senihlala nje namakhehleni, you know, nisazoyaphi vele. Nisazoyaphi. But for the young people, just be careful not to stay too long. The red flags are just going to get redder and redder and redder. You know, you understand? Yes, a red flag never, ever, ever become green. It never happens. It has never happened in the history of the flags. A red flag has always remained red. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegana, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ginithanda kakhulu.